Here's Jerod Mayo on the reality that, and the first name I think of when I look at this challenge of replacing a legend, this is the first time I was ever aware of it as a kid, when Woody Hayes was out and Earl Bruce was in at Ohio State. You've got Bill Belichick, greatest of all time, out. Jerod Mayo taking his place. Here's Mayo on replacing the legend.
Now, Bill always says this, managing expectations. For me, I'm not trying to be Bill. I'm not trying to be Bill. I think that Bill is his own man. If you can't tell by now, I'm a little bit different even up here. But what I will say is, the more I think about like the lessons that I've taken from Bill, hard work works, right? Hard work works, and that's what we're all about.
And there you go. And look, that's the reality. That's what we were talking about earlier. You getting a massage on Friday afternoon, or are you working? And this is a guy who played for Belichick, left and went to the corporate world, and Devin McCourty talks about the lessons that Jerod Mayo learned and how that's going to make him a better leader, but then he jumped back into it. He embraced it, and it's only been 5 years ago that he came back into coaching. What a meteoric rise for a guy who was out of football for a couple of years, was, it's still in his blood, it's still what he wants, and he's willing to commit to the workload that is necessary. You were there. You know what it's like to do it right. To try to push the advantages in your favor, you've got to put in the time. Above all else, you got to put in the time, and it's a lot of time. It's an unhealthy amount of time.
That's right.
But that's the way it works in the NFL.
Yeah.
If you want to make that tiny razor-thin margin somehow go your way. And I've had it explained to me, when you're studying film up till 2 a.m, it's not going to be the play that becomes the game-winning touchdown. It's going to be some subtle little thing that allows you to convert a 3rd and 7 and keep a drive alive in the second quarter that results in a touchdown instead of a punt that makes the difference. And there's no clear, dotted line back to that as to why you won, but it's ultimately why you won.
Yeah.
Those are where those extra hours spent can manifest themselves in a game, and it's never obvious to the outsider where that one little thing you saw makes that difference that you believe allows you to win the game.
Agreed. All the crazy psycho, let me find one more detail that we could figure out, fix, whatever. You're right. It's not like a direct line, but you're hoping all those things add up to, wait, we won the football game. And right, I've told you the story. I mean, we're playing a Sunday football game. I'm the backup quarterback for the Denver Broncos and Josh McDaniels, right? And, again, we could say what we want about Josh McDaniels, the head coach. The offensive coordinator's pretty damn special, right? And it's Saturday. It's the night before a game. We're playing the next night. And we come into, this is a meeting where it's supposed to be like, hey, here's the game plan, and let's go over it one more time because we've got over it 900 times, but let's go over it 901 times. And he comes in and have 6, 7 new plays. Hey, I was sitting there on Friday, and I started to see some things where I realized, wait, they do this when we motion to this, and I'm going to package these plays together. And as a quarterback, I'm like, oh, my gosh, really? I mean, we're going to do this? Not even practice some of these plays? And holy crap, now I got to get my mind wrapped around that. And I wasn't playing. It was Kyle Orton at the time. But I can tell you the next night we came out, and all those plays that he put in, we were going up and down the field on the Pittsburgh Steelers and giving them issues, right? So to your point there, yes, it's about the never-ending cycle that it is to be a head coach. There's no time off. It's all in all the time. You're on a vacation. You're down there in Barbados, right? But no, you're still going to probably have to talk to the owner and the GM a few times a day and go, like, it's not a full day off ever. It's life-consuming, and I think Jerod Mayo is willing to take all that in and do what he's got to do to get it done.
Yeah, in most jobs, the attitude is, I really don't want to deal with this right now. For this job in the NFL as a head coach, you welcome it. You just deal with it. You want to do it. You are locked in all the time. You have ownership over it. This is your team, and you understand that you're the one that's got to set the tone and the example of hard work all the time. All right, there's an issue open as to whether or not the Patriots are going to hire a general manager. Robert Kraft, the owner of the team, at the press conference yesterday didn't commit to whether or not there would be a general manager hired by the Patriots. It could be that they just rely upon the people they already have. Maybe they change some titles around.
Yeah, right.
They've never been all that big on titles anyway, other than head coach. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.